Your mic's off. Jason started showing his mic off again. Wow, what
because
a ding
it was.
dong.
I hit it to unmute it, and then it must have muted it because it was muted. I'm just saying, I was trying to be ahead of the thing, and then it switched on me at the last second.
You are a classic Matt LaFleur.
Oh, I don't know about that. I wouldn't talk to somebody the way you talked to Jason Wilde on Monday. That was damn. I didn't listen to that until I was on my way to work this morning. I was like, geez, Matt.
Oh, well, you're way behind the times.
He's got a bug up his ass. Damn.
You're behind the times, man.
Well, I know, but geez, I didn't expect our head coach to be so rude and defensive and crabby. And
now, we all knew Mike McCarthy had an issue with Jason Wilde. He used to get all fired up because Wilde asked the longest, most boring questions of all time. We all know that. And I've never been a big fan of Jason Wilde, but in this case, there was no reason to go after him like he did, like LaFleur did. I mean, that's.
I think sometimes McCarthy get irritated, but he was never like a condescending dick.
Very, very frustrating. That's the Mike McCarthy quote.
All right. Okay. Well, I know we got some stuff to get into tonight. I am going to have Giant Jones, the Cyclops double IPA. It says double IPA, but it's only got one eye. I don't get it, but I like it.
Doesn't make any sense.
I know. Anyway, Matt LaFleur had some interesting. He had some positive comments in that press conference. He was like talking about Jordan Love. I thought was nice. And then I have a Bill Huber question that I'd like you to play Matt LaFleur and you answer it. That'll be later. And then of course Jason Wilde. You want to hear from Jason Wilde first before you get into your defensive video?
I want to hear it again. I love that. That's some nice.
You liked it. I thought it was pretty mean. Jeez, Matt LaFleur. Damn boy. You got to be so mean all the time. All right, well, let's hear him. Here he is, Matt LaFleur, head coach of the Green Bay Packers. Jason Wilde asked him a question, just a question, and here's his response.
Should have asked this better. So there were a couple instances where you guys were in nickel with the 2 down linemen, and there were a couple.
That is baffling to me when people talk nickel defense and they talk about 2 down linemen, because I don't know what that means.
Pause it.
Linemen, you got 2 inside linemen.
He doesn't know what that means.
See, and here's the funny thing. When he says he doesn't know what it means, then Wilde tries to explain it to him. Wilde. That's the part that's the funniest. Wilde's like, well, you got 2 defensive linemen, and then you got the 2 linebackers. And then, like, what are you doing, Wilde? He knows exactly what it means. He knows what you're saying, Wilde. He's trying to avoid the question. He's trying to turn the narrative of your question into something totally different. And Wilde, like, I don't know if I know Wilde's not dumb. I'm thinking he was just like, I mean, it's like when you get like 2 defensive linemen and then you have 2, and then LaFleur just went, okay, you can play some more. I'm just saying, I thought it was hilarious that Wilde tries to explain to Matt LaFleur what he means, because Matt LaFleur's like, that's baffling. I'm baffled by this 2 defensive linemen nickel formation everybody talks about. We don't have that.
Let's hear what else he said now.
Linebackers.
So outside linebackers, just so you
This is just so you know. This is where
this is the best. Yeah, this is the best. I like
here
this.
We go. I gotta go back 1 second here.
No, because he's like,
there were a couple.
that is baffling to me when people talk nickel defense and they talk about 2 down linemen, because I don't know what that means.
Oh,
You got 2 true down linemen. You got 2 inside linebackers.
So
you got
outside linebackers, just so you know how us in this profession view outside linebackers.
technically, it should have been we.
When
I
you
mean,
go to nickel defense,
us
they're
in this
defensive
profession.
ends. And we have some of the bigger outside linebackers in this league.
that's true.
So I think it's comical when I hear
Bigger,
people talk
most
about,
useless
oh,
outside
they have
linebackers.
2 down linemen. I'm like,
Comical.
to me, people are exposing themselves when they say that.
Oh!
There's 4 defensive linemen on the field.
Exposing
When we
yourself.
go out there, basically, when we play teams, 3.
Okay, that's good enough. You know who's exposing? You know who's exposing themselves? The Packers defense is exposing themselves when they play 2 defensive linemen, because that's what they are doing, and 2 outside tweener linebackers who don't know how to hold the edge.
Or don't care about it. Yeah.
Because in a 3-4 defense, okay, you have 3 guys who are monsters. The whole point, here's the thing that bothers me the most about the Packers. Since Goody has taken over, Clay Matthews was a prototypical outside linebacker in a 3-4 defense.
Yes.
a fast 250-pound crazy rusher who had the ability to cover if needed and use speed as his main weapon and allowed his defensive linemen, because he was not a defensive lineman, allowed his defensive linemen, Ryan Pickett, Colin Jenkins, and B.J. Raji, all 300-plus pound players, to play in a pass rush situation or in regular situation, because Matthews didn't have to worry about holding up against the block or holding his position and holding the outside, because the big guys took on two guys and did their job. It wasn't flashy, but that's what they did. In this case, Brian Gutekunst keeps drafting these 270-pound guys, or picking up Zadarius Smith, who's 270-pound, who's not big enough to play in a 4-3. Because in a 4-3, who was the outside defensive end on a 4-3 when we played a 4-3 with the Packers when we went to Super Bowl in 95?
Reggie White.
Reggie White and Gabe Wilkins and Sean Jones, who were all 280, 290, or 300 plus at
Reggie,
outside linebacker / defensive end. They're actually a defensive end at that point. Now, the game has gotten...
Hold on. Matt LaFleur just said, though, he consider those guys defensive ends when it's a four-man front.
No, I understand. And the world has changed where, like, let's face it, there are smaller players. I mean, like Ngakoue, who's 255 pounds, plays defensive end in a 4-3.
But he's disruptive.
Right. And
different.
Daniil Hunter with the Vikings, they play a 4-3, and he's a defensive end at 270 pounds or whatever. And that is true. That is true. However, the guys that the Packers take are 270 pounds and are expected to play in a 3-4 at outside linebacker. And we've all seen Preston Smith's coverage abilities. It ain't good. And I mean, that's the biggest problem with our defense is everybody knows what Rashawn Gary's going to do in every single play. It's run to the quarterback. And that's all he does. And he gets paid a hefty sum to do so. But so when you expect these guys who are stand-up outside linebacker type, even though they're not even outside linebackers, Matt LaFleur hits it right on the head. They're defensive ends, but they're undersized defensive ends who don't know how to do a defensive end job, which is the biggest problem when they play the nickel defense with two down linemen / then two outside linebackers at defensive end to make it four down linemen, apparently. But they don't know how to stop the run, quotes and quotes and a lot of quotes.
Those fingers are moving fast.
I know, but that's the difference. And it's not, and I don't blame Matt LaFleur and I don't blame Joe Barry. If you want to play a 3-4 defense, you want a Clay Matthews guy out there at outside linebacker. You don't want a freaking Rashawn Gary. He's useless.
Lucas Van Ness.
He's a one-trick pony. Lucas Van Ness is a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
They're not true outside linebackers. But anyways, so I just wanted to bring that up because Matt LaFleur is trying to change the subject into the fact of why the hell are we so light in the red zone on 2nd and 4? No matter what, I don't care what they're putting out there. If they're putting out three wide receivers,
we got to match their personnel, Ben. It's about the dumb thing about matching personnel, right? Is it, especially in that situation, inside the 5 and whatever, you got 5 yards to the goal or less than 10 to the goal. There's so much less field to defend. So why the hell do you need more small guys in there? You don't. You need to beef up. You got to stop the run. The run is the biggest threat to you in that situation. And the Packers don't. How many times do we see it in games? They're playing a freaking nickel and they don't have a big front and they get shoved around and you run it right down their throats. And it's just pathetic. The other thing with me with that whole comment and this whole idea is, and you pointed it out, what is the trend now in the NFL? What is the trend? Oftentimes, the Packers only do it occasionally, but a lot of teams that run the ball effectively do a double team and a double team on the two big guys and then scrape off, right, to go get the linebacker and cause problems.
Right.
When you have three big guys that need double teams, you don't have enough guys to double team three big guys. Or if you do, you're taking a tight end to do it, and then you still have those outside guys that can do some damage. And so it's when you're You're making it easier. You're making it easier for the offensive line to execute 2 big double teams that'll neutralize the defensive tackles. And then all they need is that split second to peel off and either run some interference or pick off a linebacker, or the linebacker jumps to the other side of the hole when he's supposed to be in that gap because he's trying to get around the big guy, and then it opens up a big ass hole, and then you got a problem. And that's what this defense does. And then on top of all that, you don't have guys who are fast enough on the edge that even if they are unblocked, they can't close down and make a tackle in the backfield.
And they can't get to the other side of the field to make a play if they're not blocked.
Right.
Like Rashawn Gary works hard.
Yeah.
But he's not fast enough to make a play. It's the bottom line. Kenny Clark had a pretty decent game defeating the guys in front of him on Sunday. Didn't matter.
Yeah, he did.
Matter of fact, one of the times he beat the guy in front of him, left a giant asshole for somebody to run through. So I don't know if you want to show some video. We can show some video of the defense.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it. Let's do it right away. I'm going to get it up here, and we'll talk about some of the things that we're talking about. But the thing with the Matt LaFleur comments is he's trying to grandstand. He's trying to show or get past the actual problem.
By saying, you guys don't know what you're talking about. And
right. He's trying to make it that like, you guys don't know jack squat. What the hell are you doing here? Blah, blah, blah. When in reality, it's, no, we know what maybe Willie didn't ask it the perfect way for him to answer, but he asked in a very good way. So what we're going to watch, I don't know, you want to share me whenever you can. Let me know when you're sharing.
You're good.
Okay, so we're going to start with, this is a whole video of Packer defense. We're going to start showing a really good play by Kenny Clark, okay? You got some run D, baby.
You're right. Kenny Clark had lots of movement and penetration in this game.
So look here, Kenny Clark is lined up at the defensive lineman. No, this is a nickel defense, everybody. Does this guy look like a defensive, like here's Kingsley and Igbare. Here's Lucas Van Ness. Both guys on the outside. Are they down linemen?
No.
They're standing up. They're stand-up outside linebacker pass rushers. They're not down linemen. Right?
Correct. And just before you hit, just because I played in these positions, much different level, but when you are that high, anyone who's played football, when you're already standing basically straight up, you're already out leveraged by the guys who are going to block you instantly. So they're not in a power position. They're in a don't let anything get outside me position. That's what the position they're in, but not a run defense power position playing that way.
Right.
Continue on.
So what you're going to see is a great play by Kenny Clark. Okay. He beats the 65 schools or 73, one of these two, schools him left and right, gets the backfield, and he makes a tackle for a 2-yard gain. Okay. This is in slow motion, or it should be. So if you're looking here, their blocking scheme, they took the center and the left guard to take out the nose tackle because they want to run the ball this way, which makes perfect sense because the running back was standing on the left of the quarterback, so they want to run to the right. And if you look here, Kingsley Igbare is going to be blocked by the left guard. We got the right tackle is blocking. Maybe it's Kingsley Igbare, right tackle. I don't know. One of these guys. Yeah. This is
he did a twist there. Yeah.
Yeah, something's going on. I don't know. Or maybe this is McDuffie coming through the middle. I can't remember. And of course, your guy Washington is taking out Luke Van Ness.
Yeah, no problem with him. 13th
no problem
pick. I'll block you. I'm the 90th pick. I got you covered.
But because the left tackle has to block Kenny Clark. Kenny Clark does a very good swim move, as you're going to see here. Gets right past him, gets in the backfield, makes a good tackle. Okay. Now, this was later on in the game, and that's a great play. And the reason why I'm showing it is because that's what the Packers have been doing lately. They're having one guy is trying to penetrate and get to the backfield while the other guys are all getting blocked. And if the one guy who penetrates and gets to the backfield can make the play, good things happen. Unfortunately, not everybody on the defensive line of the Packers is Aaron Donald type. So they can't make the play all the time. This is one of the key runs in the red zone on the first drive. So as you look here, the Steelers have a really good wall and a really good wall for the running back to come through here. And this is going to be a pretty nice run. And of course, Campbell can't get off the block, and neither can McDuffie, because these are all offensive linemen who are doing their jobs.
That's
So
a big chunk right there.
it's a big, huge carry, and it's a good, it's a dagger kind of right down the middle. Now, this is the first touchdown, and what you're going to see in the very middle of the defense is Kenny Clark here. And the reason why I showed the first play is because Kenny Clark's going to do the exact same thing, except this is way earlier in the game, so it's earlier. But he does the same thing he did on the play I showed you a couple plays back. He's going to school this left guard, get to the backfield. But when he does that, because there's a double team with the left guard and the center on TJ Slayton, there's a giant hole that Najee Harris gives me fantasy football points with, which is awesome for me, but bad for the Packers D. So you're going to watch Kenny Clark. He's right in the very middle. He's going to school. Actually, he schools the right tackle. That's even worse. And there's this giant, massive hole. And Rashawn Gary gets blocked by Washington. We're going to show that play from the end zone angle, too.
And the previous play, Slayton went inside. Clark went towards him. They both kind of bunched up, and they made it way easier for the Steelers on that one.
Actually, I was totally wrong about this. Now, this play is probably designed to go here.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing the left guard go and take on Preston, and then left tackle is taking on McDuffie over here on the outside. So you got the center and the left and the right guard taking on TJ Slayton on a double team. And then the right tackle, this is another tackle where Kenny Clark beats a tackle. So this should be, Rashawn Gary should be able to break on this right away. He has no responsibility to cover Washington. His one job should be go after the run, watch the ball, see where the ball is, and go and make a play. But let's see what happens. He gets locked up by Washington. Yep. Clark pretty much takes himself out of the play because of this move he makes.
Yeah.
And by the time he gets past the left tackle or right tackle, he's already behind, either in line or behind the running back. So that's over. And this double team, 51, the center is going to come off. And because there is a double team here, Campbell went to the right hole, I would think. But with Kenny Clark making this juke move to the inside, there's nobody in this hole at all. And I don't know whose job it is to cover this hole, but there's nobody there. And Rashawn Gary is just too late. You might say it's holding. I don't know. He didn't even get his arm out there.
It's interesting because you wonder, Kenny Clark's he is one of their longest tenured guys, supposed to be a team leader, well paid, handsomely paid. So is he just abandoning his responsibility on that play? Because they ran a stunt on the right side with, they've been doing this, I think partly to keep McDuffie free from getting caught up in alignment because he is actually a good tackler and attacks. So they're running this stunt between the outside linebacker and the guy just inside him. So they switch roles where Preston goes inside, McDuffie goes outside to have outside contain. So then you'd think with that, Campbell is supposed to flow right, but there's some mix-up between Jonathan Owens and Kenny Clark and Rashawn Gary. Like, who's supposed to cover those gaps? Because they don't cover them. It's a big-ass gap. So, I don't know.
Let's take a look at what this is as well. Now, these guys, this is the last play. We're still looking at the last play. Rashawn Gary has got two arms up, by the way. Preston Smith is pretty much standing straight up. So they're not getting any type of, they're expecting a pass rush down based on the way they're standing, right? The other thing that's really interesting to me is this. The running back is on the right side of the quarterback. So our left side on the screen, which means if there is a handoff to the running back, he's going to be going more than likely straight this way or to this side of the field, right? So if you were Kenny Clark, wouldn't you want to beat your guy to the inside because the running back would be going this way? Why would you try to juke him to the outside? Not only that, when you look at where the ball is, right? They've got 4 defenders here, and one of them's a receiver who's going to go out in coverage. You got Campbell, Kenny Clark, Owens, and Gary. That's 4 guys. Here you got the center and the other 2 offensive linemen, and you've got 1, 2, 3 guys. And yeah, Rudy Ford's way back here, but he's way back here. And his job is probably to look out for inside slant or something weird like that, because we don't see the other 2 receivers who are somewhere either way off screen that way or way off screen that to the other side. Who knows? But based on where the running back is, you would expect the ball to go either down the middle or to the side where Preston Smith is. So why on earth, if you're Kenny Clark, and so that's why Campbell, when he goes that way, probably a smart move, right? McDuffie goes that way, probably a smart move. He takes this gap. McDuffie takes the outside gap. I'm guessing Owens should have thought about taking this way, but maybe his job is to cover the tight end if he should come out and block, because we know Gary's not going to do that because there's only 4 down linemen. Why would he cover the tight end, right? So I blame Kenny Clark. He should have his eyes on the backfield. He shouldn't be worried about trying to beat the guy to the outside. The running back is going to go either down the middle or to Preston Smith's side. You need to push the offensive line that way and force this guy back, cutting back this way, or wall this off so he has no cutback. So he's forced to go into these guys who are all coming around like this. But instead, he tries to do a crazy juke move to the outside of the tackle, which leaves 5 offensive linemen to block these 4 guys. And it's way too easy. It's way too easy. And then, of course, we know Gary gets his butt kicked. But just on the alignment, you would think, don't try to beat the guy to the outside. They thought this was going to be a pass rush play. Okay, on this next play, what I want to show you is, watch Campbell. McDuffie's in formation here. And for some unknown reason, Campbell's like, no, you go over there and I'll come over here. And you go over there and I'll come over here, which was a huge mistake. This is another nickel defense because you got 2 down linemen. Preston Smith standing up. Rashawn Gary standing up. Are they going to be able to stop anybody in the run game when they're standing up? And here's Kenny Clark. His first move is a swim and lets the center get past him. So what do you see? The left tackle is just letting Preston Smith go because he's moving out to the second level. They're not even worried about, or that's not even Preston Smith. This is TJ Slayton. They're worried about taking on these 4 guys with all 6 of these blockers. Look at that. These guys are looking for things to do. And TJ Slayton is over here, got nothing to do. Kenny Clark did a swim move that took himself out of the play. Rashawn Gary is getting shoved out of the play because he's going straight to the quarterback. And now you got 2 offensive linemen taking on both of our inside linebackers in a hole I could run through. Kenny Clark misses the tackle. And you're looking at a 15-yard gain. Now, that running back runs like a madman. He runs super hard. I love that guy.
Yeah, he's really good.
But
Damn.
What are we doing? McDuffie was in the right spot. Campbell told him to move, and then they were both looking at each other, and then the ball was snapped, and they weren't ready for the play.
Well, yeah, and might I add, and the Packers are always like this, but might I add real quick, the center had his hand on the ball while they're shifting and changing positions. Like, why? They could snap it at any point, and
just have him stay where he is, and you guys change your assignments based on the side where you're at. God. It doesn't make sense why he would have him switch spots. I don't remember what happens on this play, but it's another running play. Oh yeah. So everybody goes to this middle gap. I think this must be like a short yardage situation.
Hey, David.
And I think this is Washington. Washington had a field day against our 2 outside linebackers, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
I think all 4 of them, he did pretty good against them.
Yeah. So it's not even our outside linebackers who can't hold the edge. Like, they're getting blocked by a tight end. And our big guys are getting laid on the ground and getting beat up. And both of our middle linebackers took the same gap for some unknown reason. I mean, look at them. They both go to the same gap. Right through the middle. They both shoot the middle. And the play is a flip out. Like, they took each other out of the play. And then Slayton fell down. And this is probably a short yardage situation. I don't know exactly. But, I mean, in a short yard situation, you give up this freaking 15-yard run. I mean, it's craziness.
I don't know how you showed 2 plays with Devondre Campbell making a tackle when he only made 3 tackles in the whole game. What the hell? How'd you get that?
I don't know. I don't know how it happened,
Wow.
but it's the way
He
it
had
worked.
3 tackles in the whole game.
Can you tell me what Rashawn Gary had for tackles?
Yeah, I can tell you. Rashawn Gary had 3 tackles in the whole game, 1 solo. Campbell was exactly the same. 3 tackles, 1 solo. The stars of this game on defense, unfortunately, were once again Rudy Ford with 10 tackles, Isaiah McDuffie with 10 tackles, Jonathan Owens with 8 tackles. And then TJ Slayton somehow had 8 tackles again as well. So
Well, he's the only guy who does anything inside. I mean,
Kenny Clark had 3 tackles.
oh, and I showed you one of them. Now, this is the touchdown run for 30 when he just came right through and streaked through and broke through dudes and killed them, and it was amazing.
He's so good.
You look down here, guess what? Here's Washington single-handedly taking Gary out of the play. A third-round pick who was drafted after Tucker Kraft is taking our $107 million guy out of every play he's in. I mean, just taking him out of the play like he's nothing in the run game anyways. And you're going to see we got a pulling guard coming, and we got a wide receiver, 11, coming through to block. And they both take on the same guy. And Valentine slacks it and whacks it. And Rudy Ford tries his best, but it's not enough. And, of course, Campbell just stood there and watched everybody.
Warren is so good.
He is
250
good. He runs so hard.
215 pounds. He's like 5'8", 215 pounds. God dang.
The other thing that's really interesting about this play is if you see here, Warren lines up on this side first. And then they have him switch to the other side. And when they do that, there is no wide receiver out here. Right? So it's going to take advantage of the fact that they've got a tight end here, running back here, and 3 receivers on this side of the field. If you look here, Campbell's looking back at Owens and telling him, hey, look out, blah, blah, blah. I'll help you in the middle, blah, blah, blah.
Once again, the center has his hand on the ball while Campbell's
Right.
not even looking. Like, what the?
Right.
Mm.
And also, you can tell this is a zone defense. And in a zone defense, with Gary standing up with this much space over here, and the only guy to stop it is a corner. Like, who's got outside edge, right? It's Gary. But also, who's going to cover the tight end if he goes out here? If it's a passing play. But it's a zone defense. And when you see the guard and the wide receiver pulling in front, this turns into a power play. The offensive line of the Steelers, look at this amazing wall they've got going on here. Takes everybody out of the play. And all it leaves is poor McDuffie standing here with a big 73 coming after him and a wide receiver coming after him. And of course, Gary doing absolutely nothing. And like, Darnell Washington, he doesn't even have great position here because he's so tall. He can't even get underneath Gary. It's almost like Gary's not even trying. I don't know what's going on here. Oh yeah, he's trying. He just fell on a knee. He can't get past
it
him.
around him. Yeah. I don't think Washington. Did Washington even get a target in this game? Probably not.
Yeah, he did. He had a catch.
Did he really? Oh, okay. I missed it.
Yeah. So this is my just missing play.
There he is. 1 target, 1 catch, 6 yards. All right. But
this is Rashawn. We're gonna watch Rashawn Gary here on the outside.
Hang on.
What?
Really quick, because the narrative after, and I told you about this, if you watch Rashawn Gary's post-game press conference, or post-game locker interview, not press conference.
Okay.
One person was asking him, and he's saying all the right stuff, and I like his attitude and all that. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. This is not a criticism on the man. However, then somebody asked him, like, "Oh, Rashawn, I mean, is this just something you're getting double teamed a lot?" Because he didn't do much in the game, right? He just signed this big ass contract. He didn't really do much. He had his big 3-sack game, then signed a $100 million contract, and then he's been kind of MIA the last couple games, really not doing anything.
Right.
And so somebody asked him, and then he's like, "Well, I mean, you tell me, am I getting double teamed a lot?" Yeah, And that was basically his response. Now you can go and watch it to find out exactly what he said, but that was kind of it. Basically playing, he's not the one that said it, but he went along with that narrative. And then somebody else brought it up to Matt LaFleur in that same press conference that we put the clip from where he slammed Jason Wilde. And Matt LaFleur, just said, well, it's not any different than what we did to TJ Watt and these other guys. It's what, when you're a premier edge rusher, that's what happens, blah, blah, blah. But all I've seen is you showed a bunch of plays. I see him single blocked in every one of these plays.
By a tight end, a rookie tight end.
Yeah. Rookie tight end who the Packers didn't want. So I don't know. I mean, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, they could have used them. Could you imagine if they'd have Tucker or they have Washington and then Luke Musgrave can be the guy who just runs around and runs down the field and makes catches?
That would make sense.
That's what I
That
thought
makes
they were going
sense
to do.
me. Yeah.
And they could have done it twice because they drafted Reed and then they drafted Kraft instead of him. But who are we to, judge? Anyways, we're going to watch Rashawn Gary in this play. He's going to get back past the right tackle, does a speed move around the edge and gets to the quarterback and then just misses him. This is his best. This is Rashawn Gary's best play of the game. And then luckily we got a couple guys who like tackling with Valentine and Keyshawn Nixon who can make a play. But
I think Keyshawn was getting a little annoyed by having to come make big tackles all the time. It's annoying.
All right, you see that? You see that headline I just had there?
91 CB cornerback
91
number 91.
CB cornerback
All right.
91. This is a beautiful play of
By
stupid.
Preston Smith. Oh,
No, it's not good. You got Kenny Clark. Here you actually have 3 down linemen and the 2 outside linebackers who, of course,
shocking.
So when that happens, Preston's going to cover the flat. And he's got Valentine behind him.
Always what you draw up.
Yeah. The problem is we've got a tight end here and we've got another tight end here. So there's 2 guys to cover if they go to this side. And then the running back goes that way too. So then there's 3 guys to cover and there's only these 2 guys there to do anything about it. And there's a miscommunication because Preston Smith's not very good at coverage, doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And it leads to a first down, or at least a bigger play. But I just want to show because they take advantage. So as you see here, Preston Smith just kind of lets him go. Well, who's covering him over here? Right? Who's covering 83?
Nobody.
Nobody. And then Washington's going straight and Valentine's going with him. And Valentine's expecting Preston to cover the flat. Well, Preston gives up covering the flat. He just kind of stops. And then
That was a great block by the running back too.
It was.
Yeah.
And then Kenny Pickett just, and you got a 13-yard play.
Kenny Pickett is not good. I mean,
And
he is
then
clearly not good.
And then Preston's here yelling at Valentine. Really? You gave up the guy. You're playing a zone defense. Valentine has to go up north with the tight end. And when he sees he goes past him, he peels off. But Preston gives up on covering his guy. And gives up a huge 13-yard first down play. And then you see him here yelling at it. All right. Now here, this is called couldn't run. They couldn't possibly run twice, right?
Oh, of course not.
So they run on this first play. Kenny Clark gets single blocked. He holds up at the point of attack. The defense does a good job. They stop the run.
Okay.
And they're all congratulating themselves. They're all happy about how good they did, right?
Right. Got that one stop.
And then here's the very next play. There's no chance that they could possibly run on 2 plays in a row, right? This is second down. They couldn't run on second and long.
Rashawn Gary
Why would they do such a thing?
Wow, that's a pathetic effort.
Well, not only is it a pathetic effort, it's like nobody thought they could possibly run. Like, Preston's going to pass rush. Gary's going to pass rush. The linebackers are dropping back in coverage. Like, they're not even watching the quarterback.
A terrible team or a team with a terrible quarterback is not going to try to run again. I'm pretty sure they might.
Now, look at McDuffie takes a step forward, and then he's already leaning on his heels because the ball, it's a delayed handoff. And Preston, I don't know what he's doing. He's way out here. The tight end doesn't even touch him. So it looks like it's a running or like a pass play because the tight end just doesn't even touch him and goes straight at Campbell.
That's sad.
And the only guy playing is TJ Slayton and Rudy Ford. But like they didn't even they couldn't possibly run 2 plays in a row. Like when you do a great play on first down and then you slack off on second down, and give up. And then Gary's like, hey.
How
All right, so now.
how out
Go
of
ahead.
all the plays in the game, you managed to find the 3 Devondre Campbell tackles. That was his
I don't
third
know.
one. He was in on that one at the very end.
I don't know. I don't know. I just watching some plays.
That's amazing. I don't understand it. Wow. Okay.
So now we're going to
Congratulations.
watch. This is the key drive. This is after the Packers took the lead at the end in the fourth quarter. We need to stop. If we could just get a stop here, right? Then with the lead, then our offense has some confidence. Maybe we can get something going and milk the clock and get the win. And so we're going to look at this. There's I think it's 4 or 5 plays. I don't have the whole drive because after they get into field goal range, it's kind of over already anyways. But here's the first play of the drive. It's a running play to the outside. And it's really bad. Guys are falling over themselves. Wooden gut falls down. He's get double teamed. He gets double teamed.
Yeah, and he's a lighter guy. He's not that big. So
Right, he's 277. But he's tall.
Yep.
And you got the wide receivers coming through, and Campbell, of course, with the speed of light, not. And Gary, who's useless, he's not going to get there.
Yeah,
to do
Campbell's got
anything.
to do something on that play.
Well, actually, that's
LVN get kicked out.
and Campbell, for some reason, jumps to the underside of this guard.
I know, like he's avoiding the guy, but there's no way he's going to make the play. I mean, he's going to be behind the play if he jumps to that way. So I don't know what the hell he's doing. A guy who's played in the NFL that long and played linebacker that long, dumb. It doesn't make any sense.
And this is actually Kingsley Enagbare who's slacking it. I was wrong. But it's
Damn.
not much different. But now he goes for it to be part of it. Gary, I should have known better. Gary wouldn't even been over there. He would have still been trying to go to the quarterback. Oh, snap.
Hey,
So,
we got some comments in here. Jago showed up.
Jago
showed up. He said slacking and whacking for sure. A Packer
slacking
fan.
and whacking. That's Packers defensive mindset.
Got some other questions too. We'll I answer those in a second.
Yeah, we're almost done here.
An outside run. Okay, somebody tried to set the edge. Devondre Campbell, sort of.
Yep. And we'll watch it from the other angle because most of these are running plays. The Steelers don't even try to pass. They're like, nah, we're good.
Oh.
We can run it on you.
Yeah. What's Lucas Van Ness do on this one?
And look at it. We got Van Ness, Devontae Wyatt, and Campbell. That's 3 guys on this side of the ball with TJ Slayton here.
Mm-hmm.
We have the numbers to stop this.
Yeah.
But,
Devontae
it looks
in this game.
Oh,
2 tackles.
It's a stunt again.
Oh, because we've been stunting on the runs all the time because we gotta do something to mix it up, to shake it up.
And Campbell and Devontae Wyatt and Van Ness just did a stunt. And Van Ness, and then we got 2 guys on top of each other, humping each other right here. McDuffie and somebody, I don't know who they are, but they're like practically on top of each other. That's never good. Oh,
Jonathan Owens, because he read
Jonathan
it.
Owens.
Isaiah McDuffie was off. He didn't read it.
And Campbell.
Look at Van Ness.
Van Ness has no idea where the ball is.
He just figured it out. Look at him.
Yeah, well, it's a little too late. He should have figured it out here, like right here. He should be going straight at the quarterback.
Right. Like, I don't know why he's collapsing down. I mean, get upfield on that one. Oh, he could have screwed shit up really good if he would have got upfield.
And of course, the great Devondre Campbell gets blocked by a tight end.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's another awesome play. But here's the next one. I think is the one that is the breaker of all the backs.
Was this tape titled "How You Give Up 205 Yards Rushing"?
It's close, but no.
Okay,
This is called "We Need to Stop Here," and then we don't get one. I think this is the big play, but it might be the next one. Maybe it was at the 45-yard line. Yeah, it was at the 45. There's Kenny Clark. They actually stopped him for a first down. Good job, guys. He stopped them from getting nothing. They still got the first down. And 55 tells everybody. 65. This is not the play, the big play, but they actually did halfway decent on this. But they're running into the teeth of the defense with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys over here. Oh, Ford's going back. But what we're talking about here is Kenny Clark does a pretty good job. TJ Slayton is doing really good on a double team, which allows Kenny Clark to get single blocked. Again, if I hear about Kenny Clark taking on double teams, he doesn't take on double teams.
I don't think there's any.
TJ Slayton gets double teamed because the defense,
Yeah.
the opposing team is worried about TJ Slayton.
He's the only guy that gets true double teams. Rashawn Gary does not get double teams. LVN, that last play you showed was a 1-on-1. Darnell Washington, 3rd round pick against number 13th pick again, and he handled him again. Just a heads up.
This is the big play. This is the killer. This is the get into the field goal range play.
Damn,
that.
that guy's good. Damn, he's good. I'll be, truth be told, I didn't know who he was when I picked him up for fantasy, but I'm glad I did. He's really good.
Look at your long-haired Devondre Campbell here. He's the guy in the hole who can be there to make the play, and he, of course, does not make the play. He's there. And it probably wouldn't have mattered. They probably would have just got it eventually. The reason why is he makes this 76 miss him. And then he trips over TJ Slayton's feet. And Kenny Clark's almost there. Owens has got his guy beat. He should get there. They don't even worry about blocking if this is Kingsley Enagbare over here, whoever this is on the outside, way far out.
That's Rashawn Gary.
Oh, is it? Yeah, it is. I
Yeah.
can tell how upright he runs.
Washington put a hand on him and then went to try to get Owens. That was his job.
So how Devondre Campbell, who is in position at this point and then somehow gets way out of position, I don't know. He just starts tripping over and doesn't hold his balance and falls down. Why are you worried about trying to just fall straight in front of the running back? Then at least he has to try to jump over you. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I think Keyshawn was getting sick of tackling people in this game and guys missing tackles and stuff,
So
to be honest.
what we're talking about here is not the defensive ends / outside linebackers not holding the edge, because they didn't run to the edge. They didn't have to. They did double teams and they did stunts and they did pulling guards, and the outside linebackers were getting blocked by Washington easy. Made zero impact in the running game at all. And the inside linebackers were getting washed out by guards and centers at the second level and not finding the holes. And when they do find the hole, they fall over. And that's the keys to why things suck so bad.
Mm.
And there's no fix other than play better. Like, I don't know what else to say. If the running back is lined up in shotgun and he's on the left of the quarterback, he's going to run to the right or straight. There's no way he's going to get the handoff and then come all the way to the left. That's going to be so hard. His momentum is going to carry him naturally to the right. So if you're a defensive lineman, there should be no reason why you're doing a stunt to the shoulder leading the other way. You're just leaving a big giant hole for a guy to run through. And that's what Kenny Clark did a couple times. Like, these guys, and it's just dumb. You're in the red zone. You're 4 yards from the end zone, and you guys are trying to do stunts to get to the backfield in nickel. When you've got nobody else to help you. I mean, your job in nickel as a defensive lineman is hold your ground when you're inside the 4-yard line. Make it so the running back doesn't have a clean lane right up the middle. But that's not what we do.
There was some other snippy comment Matt LaFleur had as he went on, and I can't remember it now because I didn't listen or we didn't play long enough this time around. Think about what he maybe said. Maybe I'll come to you. But I did want to get to some comments here from everybody else here real quick. So Jago was here. He said, honest question before. Where do you guys see the Pack finishing? Be real. In the division? Slightly ahead of the Bears. Maybe by like one game.
Well, here's the thing. If the officials make the right call on that lateral, Packers might win this game.
Well, that's the ultimate question, Ben.
That's the thing that's so weird.
That is the ultimate question for all people who are Packer fans and also the Packer brass right now, is the Packers have been in mostly close games. Other than the Lions game, they could have they could have won 4 more games easily, right? They're right there. So, does that make you as a Packer fan, and more importantly, because we don't have control of the team, does that make Brian Gutekunst and the people in charge of the Packers feel like they're really close? We're so close to having, only 2 losses instead of all the losses we have. So if they feel like they're that close, they might think they're on the right path here. What do you say to that, Ben? How do you feel about it?
This is what I think. I've heard a lot of things over the weeks. People saying that, the defense isn't the defense isn't. They complain about Joe Barry, but then they're like, but really, when you think about it, to hold the team under 20 points, you expect to win. To hold the team under 20 points, you expect to win. It's like the only reason why the team is being held under 20 points for the most part in a lot of these wins is because that's all they need to win. If for some reason the Packers offense was scoring more points, the Packers defense would be giving up more points. Heads up, everybody. It's on the tape. They're not that good. Like, they can't hold up against anything. They don't make plays. They don't work together as a team. Against the Rams, they did, because the Rams were god-awful, apparently. We were stunting, and the Rams had no idea what was going on. And a guy was in the backfield, they made a tackle, and the quarterback didn't know what to do and couldn't throw the ball more than 10 yards in the air. And, Kenny Pickett didn't have to throw the ball because the Steelers just kept running it.
Yeah.
Their tight end took care of our highest paid defensive player and took him out of the game on multiple plays.
And Matt LaFleur talked about too, a matching, they do a lot of penny, or we did penny, and they do a lot of 11 personnel, and we match the personnel, and we do all this. But when you look at this team, when you look at your opponent in this case, Kenny Pickett is terrible. Like, you want to make him have to throw the ball, right? So this is what I don't understand, because the Packers we've talked about it before, the Packers have all of the resources, everything put into this defense, all the picks, all the money, all that sort of stuff, right? So much put into the defense. And I know not everybody was available for this game, but plenty of guys were. Fine. So why, when you look at your opponent, you see what is the thing they could hurt us with? Man, these running backs are pretty good. Yeah, their line has been a little up and down. Okay, but the running backs are pretty good. This quarterback does not scare me one bit, right? I want him to throw it as many times as possible. So you, rather than matching their personnel, you say, we're running this personnel to stop the run, to discourage you, regardless of who you have on the field, from running the football, because we want you to pass.
And that's what they did against the Rams. They played a lot of 3 defensive linemen in that game.
So why? I don't understand. It's inexcusable to me. It's inexcusable. Kenny Pickett is terrible. Make him throw the ball.
Well, he's rated very similar to Jordan Love. So if he's terrible, what does that make Jordan Love?
Jordan Love is not that good either. But I'm just saying, Kenny Pickett does not scare me. Does he scare you at all? If he scares you if he's your quarterback, but if he's like the other team's quarterback, he don't scare you. So just make him throw it. Make him throw it. I don't understand. How do you not? And especially when you're giving up all of this running yardage, then really commit to it. Then make a change where you're overloading. You're not matching. So there are different ideas. And apparently Matt LaFleur is a reactionary guy. He lets the other team decide what they're going to do, and then I'm going to do something to try to match that. Versus, I know what I want to do. This is what we're doing, and the other team's going to have to adjust to us. Yeah. He doesn't do it. He adjusts to the other team always, and so he's always a step behind. And that's a problem.
And sometimes he doesn't know how to adjust because they ask him, and then he's like, I don't know. If I knew, then it wouldn't happen.
I don't like it one bit. Okay, sorry. And then David's here, and David said, death by 1,000 cuts. He also said 13 years. Can't stop the run. I think it's even been longer than that, David. It's been a long time. We can't stop the run.
It's been a long time.
But again, if you know it's not the strength of your defense, then you overload to make that happen. You overload, and why have more small guys on just because they have more, their personnel? Who gives a rip? Make them do stuff they don't want to do. You dictate how the game goes. Don't let them dictate it to you. That's the biggest problem. JJ doesn't like the defensive scheme. He doesn't see us. JJ doesn't see the Packers winning many more games, maybe 2 more. I think the Packers win maybe 3 more games, to be honest, when I look at it. They might be 7-10 if they're lucky. More likely 6-11, I think, is the final. Just to answer Jago's thing, and I think that's maybe a game or 2 ahead of the Bears. Maybe 1 game. And then we talked about how we expected the offense to struggle. JJ did anyway, but the defense was supposed to be the strength, right? That was what made Gutekunst so bold to get rid of Aaron Rodgers and do all this stuff, because he thought he had all this great defense. We just locked up another player for a long time. Rashawn Gary locked up. Feel good
Locked
about
him
that.
up. Nope.
Kenny Clark locked up. Devondre Campbell
Ugh.
locked up.
Ugh.
Jaire Alexander locked up. And here's my quick take on Jaire Alexander. Ben, I figured out why Jaire Alexander wasn't going to play in this game. Has nothing to do with any sort of injury. Is that he knew that the Steelers are going to run the ball and he was going to have to tackle a bunch. And so he was like, this hurts a little bit more than I thought, guys. So I can't play today. That's what I think happened. Because can you imagine Jaire Alexander in this game? With all the running plays? Having to tackle those running backs?
To be honest, the running backs never got to the outside. They pretty much ran right up the gut or just off the, I mean, I don't think Jaire wouldn't have mattered much.
No, but he wanted no part of those 2 guys. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
but Valentine didn't do much either, so it wouldn't like.
Well, I know. Although Corey Valentine had 6 tackles and 2 passes defended, so I don't know.
Oh, he did? I don't remember.
Good. 6 tackles.
And I watched all 22. I still remember any of that stuff happening.
Damn. Valentine, he only had 2 tackles and nothing else going on. But Kenny Pickett, it's just inexcusable that Kenny Pickett throws the ball 23 times. That's just sad. 36 rushing attempts, 23 passes. That is not how you want the Steelers to play against you. So, and then the only other big disappointment is on the offensive side when it was A.J. Dillon in there who got the wide open big run. That was very disappointing that it was A.J. Dillon for that play.
Why? That was a good play.
No, because come on, you wanted somebody who could do something with it. I know it was the first time A.J. Dillon could try to run his full speed.
He looked pretty fast.
I know, but he's not going to make anybody miss. As soon as the first guy got to him, he's going down.
Oh, I liked it. I thought it was a good play. He broke a
too,
tackle. He broke his first tackle, and then he did a couple of high step. Looked like Jerome Bettis' fat ass out there, except he wasn't fat.
I was like, damn it, why couldn't that have been Aaron Jones? Oh well. What do you got now? Is this offense? Is this defense? Round to offense?
Round to offense.
All right.
But we're going to just let it go, play at slow speed, except for this first one I want to show because it's cool. So we're going to look at the touchdowns from Jordan Love here.
Crazy
the key to this
stuff.
play is watch how Jaden Reed goes in motion, and then he comes back. And when he comes back, the nickel defender here is going to point to 20 and say, hey, look out, look out, look out. You got to take him. And that puts the nickel defender, who's normally probably a little bit slower of foot than the outside guy, who has to cover Dobbs, who's going to go to the corner. And the nickel defender is going to have to. So these 2 guys, even though this guy here on the bottom of the screen, 20, looks like he's supposed to be on Dobbs, right? When Reed comes back in motion, just watch up here at 29. He's going to point. Him and 20 are going to look at each other. And he's going to be like, hey, look out, look out, look out. See, he's pointing at him, look out. They're pointing at each other. So they're switching off. And 29 is a full stop. And there's no way he's going to be able to catch up to Dobbs after that full stop. So it's the fact that Jaden Reed was in motion that allowed that play to work. Because it forced the 2 defensive backs for the Steelers to switch positions. And then when they did that, you're going to watch 29 slips. And then he's going to come to a complete stop. And there's no way he can catch up with Dobbs. And Zach Tom almost got beat on that play, but he held him just long enough.
Damn. So why did Jordan Love make that so hard?
I don't know.
because he was really open. I didn't realize he was that open. I just saw the play and I
Yeah.
was like, that looks good. And then,
Yeah.
I mean, really good. But Dobbs had to have really good footwork and all that just to make it a touchdown.
Yeah. It should have been way easier. Pass probably should have been thrown sooner. Now, the reason why this play works so well is they're on the bottom hash here, and they move Aaron Jones in motion. So they've got all 3 receivers and Aaron Jones all on this side on the top of the screen, and just Musgrave down here.
Hold on.
What?
We just got a new subscriber.
Yeah!
That's a fart gun salute. Fart gun salute. Thank you, new subscriber. Back to 213. We were down to 212 for a while. Go on.
Well, thank God. We only need to get 1,000 subscribers so we can actually make some money off of this. So everybody contact 800 of your friends so we can make some damn money off of this. We've only been doing it for over 4 years. Anyways.
Why don't John Horn get us some subscribers? Come on, Horn. You saved his button, his horn coming button all these years. He owes us at least that. Round up all his UW. He works at freaking UW Madison Recreation. He's the lead of the whole department. Just tell all those kids to go to this channel and subscribe and help us out. Come on. They don't have to watch. Just help us out, get the subs so we can get some coins. You know what I'm saying? Continue on. Packer football.
So anyway, so there's 4 guys on top of screen. And just Musgrave down here. Musgrave's going to come and do like something going across the formation over this way, which is going to leave a big, giant butthole over here. And it's going to force the safety to have to cover Jaden Reed with a full head of steam coming straight at him. He's right here in the slot. Jaden Reed gets passed off by the linebacker. He pushes up to this corner, and both safeties are here. But because nobody's over here at all, this safety is backpedaling, and we got Jaden Reed going full speed right at him. And of course, Love's got a perfect pocket. Nobody's anywhere near him. A little underthrown. He had to wait for a little bit. But it was a great play.
Well,
because they attacked the safety.
Jaden Reed only catches the hard ones.
Yeah.
I mean, the easy ones, he's really sketchy on with his hands, but the hard ones he'll come up with. The thing about Jordan Love that I keep noticing is even the passes where he should be stepping into him, he's still kind of falling back. And I don't know if
that's Brett Favre stuff.
Well, it's Brett Favre, but it's also Rodgers. Remember Rodgers after, like, why is he kind of, that's not really stepping into the throw, even on that.
I know. I don't know.
It's weird. MC Shrimp, thanks for subscribing. MC Shrimp says, hello, y'all. Just a quick note. I thought the guys played really well despite the loss. Remember how bad Rodgers' first season as a starter was? We do. 6-10 that year. And the Packers might be 6-11 or 7-10 this year, and that's okay. But we're trying to get through some positive stuff and deal with the truth as well. But good completions and good touchdowns. Big pass plays, Ben. We had some of those. Let's see them.
Yeah, baby. We got Dontavion Wicks doing an outside run way down here, which forces the deep safety, who's way worried about, I don't know what this guy's doing. He's way out. Look at this. This looks like a Packer play here. Defender 25 yards off line scrimmage.
Yeah, that guy's doing nothing. We got some man coverage this time too. Nice.
There's some man coverage with this poor guy covering Musgrave, who runs full speed over this way. And there's nobody to stop him. I don't know why he left his feet to catch that. He should have just caught it straight up. But, I mean, maybe that's something he had to do. I don't know.
Musgrave.
And now we got another big pass play. This is later in the game in the fourth quarter when we need to get some stuff going on. It's mostly, if you look at the screen here, they got 3 deep guys, 4 guys at about the first down marker. They're trying to cover the whole field. All this is Romeo Dobbs on the top of the screen going right down the hash here. And Wicks is going to come right in the middle of that zone and sit right here and catch the pass. And Love makes a good anticipation throw and hits him. Probably waits a little too long, but he finally gets it out. Then right 30-yard line, we got Wicks catching the ball. And gets all the way to the 15.
We got some run after the catch even? What the hell's going on around here?
Yeah.
Hey, well done, Zach Tom, in that play as well. And let's give Zach Tom some kudos in this game. I mean, he was manned up on TJ Watt quite a bit, solo blocking. And also Rasheed Walker held in there. Highsmith didn't make a big impact in this game until, a couple of rushes, but overall, he did a pretty good job against him. So I was impressed with both those guys.
This was the crazy throw to Jaden Reed at on the last drive. And Love could throw it here because Watson's coming across the middle. And this middle defender's got his back to him. So he could easily throw it to Watson here.
Sure, yeah.
But he decides to go for the crazy. Once he sees this safety running deep, he's like, nope, I'm just going to chuck it way the heck over there. And luckily, Reed read the ball in the air and went with it to make the huge catch and get a big chunk yards there. But that was pretty good. Taking shots, he read the safety's back. It's read that he was not, he's pretty much going to be out of the play if he throws it at that side. He climbed in the pocket. Maybe he didn't have to. I don't know. We have to watch. Let's watch his pass protection a little bit here. Ooh, TJ Watts passed Zach Tom here right away. So it looks like he did have to climb.
He can still ride him. He rides him. Jenkins holding up good enough. Myers is Myers. Good enough though.
That was a crazy pass, but it was a good pass and anticipation throw after reading that the safety. Now this is after the non-lateral call.
Ooh,
this is when we really needed to do something. And this is where we're starting to get negative again. I don't understand why we're taking a shot here on 1st and 10 from the 45 after you get the ball on a punt. It was clear that you were not that should have been our ball and a touchdown at the very least and a touchdown at the most. And we get the ball back, we hold them, and we get a punt. And our first play is a shot play. Can you explain to me why we are doing this, Matt LaFleur?
Yeah, I mean those are the questions I have, and I also have the question about what those decisions the last two drives, especially the play before, the one that ended up getting tipped and picked. It's like, and I'm sure you have that or something, maybe you don't, but
I'll have them. That's a different video.
It's just weird. Like the decisions, why are we calling those plays? Is a question.
Not only that, let's take a look. He's already thrown the ball. The ball is actually right. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but it's right at where it says 40-yard line. It's right there.
Everybody's running in the same spot again. Well, there's nobody working.
Yeah, these two guys. But here's the thing. Look at down here. If he would have chucked it off to Aaron Jones, you got a Tucker Kraft here, and only one guy in front of him. This could have been a huge play. It's first down. There's no reason. And here's the other thing. Romeo Doubs is here. The defender got him beat.
Yeah.
Why are we throwing this ball?
Right. Make it easy too.
This is like a Mitch Trubisky play. This is the quarter. They told me to throw the ball on first down at the 45, so we're gonna chuck it.
Chuck it deep. How about we run a guy over the middle there and just dump it off to him in that wide open space and see what happens?
Whatever. You could even just dump it at Aaron Jones here with the blocker in front of him right here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Aaron Jones catching his heat for some screw ups in this game.
No, Aaron Jones has a rough game. I'm not resolving that.
Yeah.
But when he throws this ball, there's no reason to throw this ball. Romeo Doubs is behind. The defender has got him beat. It's dumb.
How'd you feel about Matt LaFleur calling him out by name and stuff?
Matt LaFleur is starting to feel the pressure because he's starting to blame the players. He's now calling out guys by name when they screw up on the field. Where in the past he'd be like, "Well, he's trying to make a play. He's trying to make a play." Yeah,
he's learned something from Rodgers.
He is blame deflecting. 100%. This is just the same play.
Holy shit! TJ Watt dropped out in coverage on that play. He's actually covering that flat. He's there.
Yeah, there's nobody there.
No, I know, but I mean that's something we can't do with our guys because they're too big and slow.
Sean Gary, I would never see him do that ever in his life. Now, second down is probably what they should have ran on first down, which is a good run by Aaron Jones up the gut. Gets him 7-8 yards. You got a double team. Aaron Jones weaves through the mess and gets 7 yards.
That's good line surge. I mean, look at how much movement they got on the offensive line there. That's pretty good. We'll take it.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. How about if we do that on first down?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Why
Just
we
look at
got to
this
take a
defense.
shot? Don't
This looks
know.
like the Packers defense. 2 down linemen. You got 2 guys standing up over here.
Except they work some extra guys in the box there late.
Yeah, they do.
With the,
Yeah,
with
they do.
the with the. I mean, they're D-backs, but they're still guys in there.
And then the last play is Aaron Jones drop. And it's not a perfect pass, though. 3rd and 4. But the part that I hate the most about this is, and I understand it's Aaron Jones, but look at here at the top of the screen. Tucker Kraft is open here. This is going to be this will be an easy first down catch right here if he just throws the Tucker Kraft. Where on the bottom side, you've got 3 defenders here for 2 guys.
Right.
On the top, they've got 3 defenders for 3 guys. When you look at the play, that's like, read the defense, Jordan Love. But even if this would have been completed, it would have been a first down, as Aaron Jones would have beat that guy. But he throws it way too late. You know what I mean? I mean, Jones should have that ball. It's 3rd down. That ball should be gone right away.
It should go to Kraft. Look at a little Steelers. They have a safety super deep like the Packers. It is similar.
It's the same defense almost.
Like this guy way the hell back there doing absolutely nothing. That's genius.
But it's one of those things where I understand Aaron Jones is your player, right? He's your guy. But let's just even look at the defense before the play starts. You've only got 2 eligible receivers on this side of the field, yet here we've got 1, 2, 3 guys, right?
Yep. Yeah, and you got
over here we got 1, 2, 3. Over here we got 1, 2, 3 guys for covering 3 guys.
Right.
I mean, come on, it ain't that hard to figure out.
Yeah,
just go where the numbers are. Tucker Kraft would have had a first down, no doubts, and he's looking for the ball.
Okay, Rasheed Walker got beat pretty bad at that time, but still time to get the ball to the flat. So,
and now I want to just show. Excuse me. Maybe that's later. That must be later. Anyway, that's the end. We don't need to show any more of that.
Okay.
So on the play, we really need it. Like, I don't know why we were taking a shot on first down. Why he threw that ball when the guy was covered. And yes, Aaron Jones would have caught it. Wouldn't have mattered. But it's one of those things where it's just like dumb. Like, why are we? That's a Mitch Trubisky. How many times when Mitch Trubisky was a Bear did we watch the Bears move the ball on us, move the ball on us, move the ball on us? And then they get to about midfield, right? They get to about midfield, and then what was his name? What was the coach of the Bears? Crap. He's now with the Chiefs and the offensive coordinator.
Matt Nagy.
He would call a deep ball from the 45-yard line every time, and Mr. Trubisky would throw it every time, no matter what.
Yeah, I know.
And then we get like Rasul Douglas would just pick it off because he's like, oh, I know they're going to throw it here. I'm just going to go. And he'd just drop his guy and go back and pick it off or something. And it happened all the time. And that's what that reminded me of. That reminded me of a classic, stupid, idiotic Matt Nagy play. Ooh, this is a turning point in the game. We just got screwed by the refs. Let's take a shot. No, don't take a shot. You just got screwed by the refs. Be smart.
Yeah.
There's plenty of time in the second quarter yet. You didn't have to try to score all at once.
Right.
Because the Steelers got the ball back, and then you guys got the ball back again after that. Yeah, before the quarter was over. It's just one of those things where you see some, at least talking about Jones, how they're questioning Jones after this game. And Jones had a rough game in a couple different areas. He had that drop. He had the play where he caught it and then he ran around and whatever. And he had a couple of mistakes that made no sense. But
yeah,
Jordan Love had like 25 plays where he did something stupid. And that was one of them on first down. But but whenever somebody brings up Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur immediately is like, well, there's 10 other guys on the field. That's his answer immediately. When somebody questions anything about Jordan Love,
they have to play better around him. Then things will be better. That's what he said.
Well, then put me out there, quarterback. if that's this guy's a first round pick.
Yeah, he should be a difference maker.
I mean,
Not
come on.
A guy who needs a bunch of help, you know.
So
okay. So I just remembered it. I just remembered
sound and crap or what? Oh, okay.
I do have something. I want to play a little thing for you. I want to have you role play, and you are Matt LaFleur, and I want you to give the honest, actual answer. But before we get to that, the other thing I remembered was this. Matt LaFleur said when he was talking about the defense, about how when it's a nickel defense, those outside linebackers are defensive ends. That's what he said, right?
Right.
And then he said the way we judge it, us in the biz, because you're a dum-dum. If you're not in the biz, us here in the biz, this is what we do. The way we judge it is, would that guy be blocked by a running back? Would you want that guy blocked by a running back? And no. Well, then that means he's a defensive end.
Right.
But who the hell, what running backs block most of the time? I mean, unless you're just talking pass plays, but on running plays, there are no running backs that block anymore. So what the hell is he even talking about? Dumb. Anyway, here's Matt LaFleur. Actually better than Matt LaFleur. Here is Bill Huber, Bill Huber, let's give him some credit, Ben. Bill Huber used to ask rambling, couldn't even speak, but now
what? He still does that.
He's got a potty mouth. He's asking more concise questions, and he's throwing in a couple of swears and vulgarities now and again. So I'm giving Bill Huber. He stepped up his game. Bill Huber, way to go. Well, this is Bill Huber asking Matt LaFleur the question. Ben is going to play what Matt LaFleur should have answered, because then we'll play Matt LaFleur's answer after.
Form as well.
Here we go.
Maybe along those lines, how do you get Christian going, or maybe how does Christian get himself going? I mean, he made so many big plays last year, so you know that he can do it.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, Ben, how do you answer that question?
Well, it's very simple. Christian Watson is a 6'4", 6'5" speed receiver. He's got straight line speed, and it's build up speed. It's not speed that is something where he just catches it and then his acceleration. He doesn't have the acceleration. He has a build up speed with long legs and gets going. So I can tell you what not to do. He also has trouble finding the ball in the air. Okay. Well, he did pretty good last week on that.
So can we recap how have the Packers used him this year where he hasn't?
Okay, so this year the Packers have used him running deep down the field and just chucking it to him for the most part.
And the other times have been wide receiver screens.
Yeah, well, you don't do that. That's dumb.
I know.
Those are the things you don't do. What you want to do is crossing routes. You know what would be perfect? That Irvin Fryer route. The shallow cross, Irvin Fryer route. Irvin Fryer had so many catches off that Irvin Fryer route. Have him run just past the offensive line, all the way across. Have everybody else go deep, and then he comes underneath, and he's going at full speed because it takes him a while to get there. But then he's in full speed. Jordan Love only has to throw like a 5-yard pass to him, and he catches it and goes. Run after the catch after he's already in full speed. That's the Christian Watson plays. Deep crossing routes, shallow crossing routes, any type of crossing route is a Christian Watson route. Also, end arounds, because he's already running full speed. Flip him the ball and let him go. He's already at full speed because he's moving. But please, don't do comebacks. Don't do in cuts. Don't do slants.
In cuts and slants he can do. I think this.
But he can't do anything with it after he catches it because it takes him a while to get going. I would rather see him,
if you remember,
on the move.
Is big. Well, you have to hit him on the move. So, like his big touchdown against the Eagles last year was a slant.
That was a crossing route.
It was a simple play. It was a simple play.
It was a crossing route, dude.
Well, okay, fine, but it's an in cutter. It's something over the middle. It's something where he's running, and he's running away from the guy who's covering. He's not running straight.
Right.
He's not running straight. And he's not catching the ball and then trying to get going. And those are the two ways the Packers have used him. He struggles tracking the ball in the air, and you have a quarterback who struggles throwing the ball deep, and you keep to the tune of 7 targets in this last game for only 2 receptions for 20 some yards on 7 targets. You keep throwing him deep balls, or you keep throwing him in the flat or quick screens where he's not a quick screen guy. Jaden Reed, a quick screen guy. Yeah, that makes sense. Or not even Romeo Doubs. Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, not really quick screen guys. But Christian Watson, just doing the same deep patterns all the time or doing that stuff makes zero sense. This is how Matt LaFleur answers that question. Ben answered it correctly. Matt LaFleur answers it this way.
He just needs to go out there and play fast, play decisive, and play confident, because he's a guy that has all the ability. He's a big guy that can run. and we need him to show that every opportunity on tape. You can't just if guys are going to get up in your face and want to bump you, you got to be in attack mode, and you got to keep people. You got to come off the line of scrimmage with a great stance and start, and try to work people's edges and get on top of them that way.
Okay. The big problem with that, once again, is the accuracy of your quarterback. So
Right.
Matt LaFleur thinks that Christian Watson should just try to beat guys and stack them. Because when you stack them, you get them behind you, and then you're expecting you keep running straight, and the quarterback throws it over the top, a perfect pass, right?
Yeah.
That's not going to work.
We don't
It's
have Aaron
not
Rodgers
work.
anymore. That's not what.
No.
Like, use your head. You have to. It's not just what the receiver can do. It's what can your quarterback do, and what can they do together. And Christian Watson, his best ability is running across the field at full speed, get the ball in his hands when he's running full across field full speed, and then Jordan Love only has to make a 10-yard pass. It's the type of stuff we do with Allen Lazard, except the difference is with Allen Lazard, he gets like, a 15-yard gain, where Christian Watson could turn it into a touchdown. It's like he's Allen Lazard, except Lazard had a little bit better spatial awareness and understood how to get the ball. He still couldn't jump that great at 6'5".
So do you
And
have
he's
video
way faster.
of the touchdown that was, or not the touchdown, the Patrick Peterson tip away?
Yeah, I got all that stuff. You ready for it or what?
Okay, let's do it.
I mean, this is the longest video I have though, so it's going to be,
Let's
a
play
long
it.
one.
Because I have a big problem with that play. I don't blame Christian Watson. I don't blame Jordan Love. I blame the play call.
Well, Matt LaFleur said after the game, he blamed the fact that he kind of blamed Jordan Love. He said the ball shouldn't have gone there.
Well, I also think it shouldn't have gone there, but I think why are you having Christian Watson run that play? I don't get it. Anyway, we'll look at it. Red zone.
All right, so here we got the red zone picks.
Yuck.
First, I want to show the Aaron Jones run.
Got to face it.
Josiah DeGuara has been one of my guys, and I'm having a hard time dealing with him right now because he's been pretty bad.
He's had a rough year.
Let's take a look at our guy Christian Watson's block on this play. Why he's blocking 66, who I don't know if 66 or 56, the outside linebacker. I don't know what he is exactly. Watch up here. They expect Christian Watson to block this guy for like 25 years.
Highsmith? Damn, that's asking a lot.
Is Highsmith 56?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
Why they wouldn't have DeGuara come and help him there? I don't know.
I would definitely have DeGuara.
And then Aaron Jones is like, whoa, what happened? Oh, I got beat. That guy got beat. And then 56. Nobody gets to the second level to get to 56 because I don't know who was supposed to get there.
Somehow Aaron Jones still broke 2 tackles. Then got crushed.
Yeah, I know. But of course, Aaron Jones sucks. Let's have everybody complain about Aaron Jones, even though he's the man. But why do we have our wide receiver blocking this outside linebacker? Beats the hell out of me.
That's dumb. Too much to ask. Bare minimum, you have DeGuara chip on him and then keep going. But
well, and everything should be blocked well, okay. But here we got 74. Jenkins is going to get beat by Hayward. Walker misses the block on the second level. He just passed him here. DeGuara is supposed to be taking 20. He misses. So every one of these guys does not sustain the block.
Josh Myers, look at him out there, Ben.
I know.
Myers!
He's actually blocking.
Holy shit.
Not that it matters. He gave up on him. Myers guy makes the tackle, Jace.
And he fell down.
Myers guy made the tackle. Did you see that?
Right after I thought he had him. Oh, Josh Myers. He's still Josh Myers. God dang it.
Holy crap. It was Josh Myers guy who made the tackle on that. You just said something good about him, and then he's the guy who made the tackle. That was in slow motion. Who is 50?
He's still Josh Myers. God
50 is a crazy linebacker. He made so many plays. This is slow motion. And 50's moving twice as fast as Devontae Campbell at full speed.
Just watch the center on this.
Watch 50 in the center. He gets up to second level.
There's Myers. Get him.
Look at that. That's slow motion, by the way. That's faster than Devontae Campbell at full speed. No doubts.
We drafted him instead of Creed Humphrey. I love it. All right. Short side play. MC Shrimp. Azir says,
all right.
Short side play. Putting a much smaller guy against a great linebacker and never going to work. Yes, you are smart, MC Shrimp. Thank you for subscribing. Lee's here. Watson's hands are so bad deep. If you look at Watson's deep completions last year, they were body catches, and a lot of them were not clean. That is true.
That's all 100% true.
Lee's on top of it. I have to rewatch, but his eyes and hands are so bad. That's true. He is one of those guys that when you see, if you see like a still shot of it, if you see a still shot of it, the ball is already on him and his eyes are still looking out here. And the ball is already in his chest. He does not follow the ball into his hands. It's just crazy. All right, continue on.
Well, this is the play.
Is this the play?
This is the play. I don't quite know what it is. It's not a good play.
No, I don't like it either. And this was not, let's be clear, this was not third down.
No, it was second
Right?
down.
Yeah, it's second down. Jordan Love, like, no, what you, please don't. And the other part, stop. The other part is, where does this play start? Like the 14 or 13 yard line?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
16. I don't know.
No, they're at like the 14. I mean, how
Okay.
do you expect the guy we just talked about, Christian Watson, to run past a cornerback when you're making him slow down to do a double move? Why are you doing a double move from the 16 or the 14-yard line? You're doing a double move, number one, and you're also making the guy who's builds up speed, which you should know that because he's your player and you've seen him for this long. You're making him slow down to do this out and up and expect him to win behind the defensive back who's playing off. All of it's bad. None of it makes sense. It's a terrible play call. You don't attack the middle. And on top of all that, you were driving and it's only second down. This is all bad, all bad, all bad. And I blame the head coach the most. But also, I don't like where the ball goes.
Well, I think based on the route combination, which is not a combination whatsoever, because it's a one-on-one out and up on the outside. And then I think Musgrave is doing the same thing. He's doing an in and out or in and up. So they're trying to take advantage of the safety and see where he goes. And the reason why this ball should never be thrown is because Patrick Peterson is already like giving him all this cushion. So he's just going to watch him run right in front of him, and whatever he does, he's going to be there to tackle him. If he would do an out route, he just, beeline on him and make the tackle. If he does this out and up, he's already waiting because he's that far off. Same thing down here at the bottom of your screen. You've got two guys blanketing Romeo Doubs. There's only one place for this ball to go, and it's based on what this guy does. Because you're going to have Tucker Kraft come out and go here at about the 10-yard line. You're going to have Aaron Jones or whoever this is, running back, is going to come out in the flat. So whatever this, there's this linebacker, 93, whatever he does, he's right at about the 10-yard line right now in the hash mark, about 12-yard line. If he goes out to the flat, you throw to Tucker Kraft. If he stays covering Tucker Kraft, then you throw to the running back, and then the corner is going to have to come and try to stop him. That's where the ball goes. The numbers are down here, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Up here, we got single coverage with a safety over the top to help out, plus a middle linebacker to look out for the inside run or inside play if for some reason Musgrave comes. But it's all out. It's all this double move crap for both. Look, they both run the same exact route. And here's the other thing that's interesting. Someone else brought this up. I can't remember who it was, but I want to give him some credit. When you see Watts at the top of this route, see how he's not even sharp on his angle? Because look at Musgrave. Musgrave does a sharp cut to the out, right? Plus he turns his head to look for the ball, even though he knows he's going to do a double move.
Mm-hmm.
Watson does a half-ass cut and does not turn around for the ball to sell the fact that he's doing a double move. And you're talking about Patrick Peterson, who's been in the league for a million years.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way you're going to trick him is to at least physically show you're running an out route. And he doesn't even physically show that he's running an out route on this play. Just look at where he is right here. And how this is a rounded off route. It's not a clear route. And he's already kind of changed his body and he's going up already. It's not even a sharp route. Look at him. The ball should be thrown right here to Musgrave.
So I'm really confused by this play. Just don't advance yet. I'm really confused by this play. When you have Watson doing that out and up, which he did not do well, he's not a precise route runner anyway. Like, what are we doing? Why are we asking him to fool a vet cornerback. It makes no
Plus,
sense.
you have two guys doing the exact same route within 5-10 yards of each other.
Well, Matt LaFleur
dumb.
said the one was Omaha pump, and that's the Omaha is the out, and pump is the up for Christian Watson. And Luke was doing a stick nod. That's what he said.
Well, they look
Anyway.
exactly the same.
I know they do. Well, one goes straight up and the other one kind of curls inside. But when you're having both those guys run that out there, then why don't you have somebody running across the formation into that area they just pulled guys away from?
Yeah, I know.
Like if you had one guy just running to the 10-yard line,
if,
to 10
if
yard
Tucker
mark
Tucker
right
Kraft was going there, I would.
yeah.
With
Instead
these
of
two guys running like that, I would have two guys. I would have Tucker Kraft going across, and I would have a receiver going across at two different levels.
And then you leave because you know
And
the
there's only
defense
one-
is always the defense is always balanced out. They're going to stay on the left side
Yeah.
of the field for them or right side of the offense, and then you're just attacking and over flooding that side. But right now you've committed to making two guys run up field and do double moves, and so they're worried about them getting in the end zone. Run a guy underneath that, and it's an easy pass for Jordan Love, an easy read, and nobody can catch him, and it's probably a touchdown. Like what is that?
It's dumb.
It's not hard. Is that I'm not a genius. Am I a head football coach in the National Football League or an offensive coordinator? No, but I can see that's the best play. That's the best design of that play right there.
Either
Dumb.
way, it's terrible route running by Christian Watson. It didn't fool anybody,
Right.
especially
Yeah.
a guy
Well,
like
and
Patrick Peterson.
Matt LaFleur said that. He's like, yeah, we got to not be so hasty. He didn't say hasty, but I'm just, pulling out the Lord of the Rings thing. But he said you got to get your eyes back and really sell that out before you go up. And he clearly
but he didn't even
not.
run a sharp route.
Right. And but I also
Musgrave did a
don't
much
like
better
it.
job.
I don't like it from the 13-yard line. Like there's just not enough room for
No,
him to
there's not
keep
enough
the
room.
guy deep.
Yeah, it's dumb. You don't
So it's
call that
all-
there.
It's all bad. If you're at the 40, I get it because he could probably outrun him then if you give him some room to run.
Yeah,
But from the
There's just-
13, I hate it.
it's a dumb play call.
Terrible play call. Matt LaFleur though blamed his players, so
Yeah, he did.
he's getting into it. He's really getting on this Rodgers theme of blaming everybody else.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job.
Yeah.
Deflecting the blame, deflecting the questions. This play, I don't know what this is. I have no idea what, what are we doing? The Steelers
How is
just sit at the goal line. There's like 7 guys at the goal line.
And Matt LaFleur said he knows that that's what good defenses do. They'll all just sit at the goal line and protect the goal line. Well, then how are you not running somebody underneath that? Like
Apparently
drive
what's
back.
supposed to happen is Musgrave is supposed to come up, and he thought this guy would then go with Musgrave, and then you'd get the, whatever this is coming across or something. I don't know. But it doesn't happen that way. Like what I would do, see, Watson's supposed to come across, and then these two guys are supposed to take both these guys out of the play. Well, the two Steelers just sit there. They're not worried about it because they're watching the quarterback's eyes. They're not watching the receiver.
And look at how far upfield Watt's gotten, and Highsmith is squeezing down, and then the inside squeezing on Love too.
The other thing that's really dumb about this, why on earth, I get it. Maybe he's thinking that Jaden Reed is supposed to pick 37, which then allows Musgrave or Watson to be open here. But what I would seriously consider is based on if you think they're going to line up all across the line of scrimmage like this, I think it would make more sense to have Reed have like Musgrave sit, do a turnaround right here, have Reed go right back behind like this. I don't know if you can see my arrow, but it goes straight to where like the end racism is at the back of the end zone, right? So you have a guy going big to the back of the end zone. That's Reed, and then Watson, instead of doing a sharp cut, does a slant, right? Like it'd be a really deep slant, but he'd slant in right behind where Reed would go, and that would put pressure on this guy here, who actually ends up making the interception because he either is going to go with Reed to the back of the end zone, and if he doesn't, then that's your throw. And you're just reading this one player. If this player goes to the back of the end zone, then you throw it right where he vacated, and you got Christian Watson wide open for a touchdown. If he stays where he is, then you throw it deep and over the top to the back here, and Jaden Reed jumps up and grabs it. That's the play.
You remember
That's
how
a
we
better play.
Yeah, you remember how we watched the Lions in the last game of the season last year when they needed a 4th down conversion, right? They attacked one player. They ran
Yeah.
multiple guys at one player. They made that player make a choice, and then Jared Goff threw to the other guy, and they got a first down. They sealed the game. In this situation, yeah, they're going to have everybody lined up across the goal line. So can you attack everybody? No. Pick somebody, pick a spot, overload it, attack, make somebody make a choice, and then tell your quarterback, throw it to the guy who they don't choose. Because they're going to spread out evenly, right? Because they need to protect the whole goal line. Because that's what defenses do. And you're exactly right. Like, that's what should have been done. Or, run Musgrave up in there and throw it up high to him. But like,
I know the guy's 6'6".
You have to force somebody. You have to outnumber somebody. And this is just spreading a bunch of guys out and playing right into their defense. It's just
just throw it right to the guy.
Yeah, you did not.
I mean, the guy didn't even move. The guy didn't even move.
No.
Like, what is Love looking at? It's almost like, well, the play design, like they almost ran the play in practice, and they were like, hey, this is what's going to happen, Jordan, so just do this. I don't know. So now we're going to look at the red zone plays. We're not going to just let them play because I don't want to make this go on any longer than we have to.
MC wanted a hook and ladder on that play, just old school hook and ladder.
Yeah, well, that'd be something.
Could do it. And Lee was here saying his final play was run a crosser at the 5-yard line. They'll let you catch it, have an opposite crosser, get a lateral, like a reverse. Ooh, Lee's getting really fancy here too. Wow. And then have a running back or tight end behind them in case they get cut off. Wow. All right. I like it, Lee. You're thinking. I think you, MC and Lee are thinking through this more than our head coach of the Green Bay Packers, Matt LaFleur. All right, what do we got here? We got lots of line movement. Oh, Josh Myers is 3 yards.
Josh Myers missed a block. Everybody missed. It was bad.
Oh, shit.
So we're just watching once the Packers got the ball in the red zone, what happened. I'm just going to let it play. Maybe something will spark our view and see what's going on here.
We're at the 13 here, almost 14.
Yeah. Second down. And it's obviously a pass, even though it should be a run over to TJ Watt. So
screen pass here because Runyon just let that dude fly through. So I'm guessing it's a screen pass.
Yeah, this is the screen pass. But here's the thing that's dumb is based on what he's looking at, he should throw the ball right here. Because look at this coming across the field right here. Boom. Just throw it right there. I'd throw it right now. Because the linebacker is looking. He can see Aaron Jones coming this way. And he sees the screen. So he's biting on that screen. I think this is Jaden Reed coming across. He's right at the 10-yard line. If you look at the top hash mark on the 10-yard line. He's coming across the middle of the field. And Jordan Love's looking right at it. Just throw it. I don't care if it's called the screenplay. Because guess what? Your offensive lineman can't block worth of shit they haven't done in their whole entire lives on screenplays. None of them work ever. You could easily get this right here to Jaden Reed. Let's watch what happens to Jaden Reed. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, he's not looking for the ball anyways.
Yeah, because he knows the screen of the other side. Well, you got a big gobbledygook mess down there anyway, so.
Anyways, and then Runyon totally just whiffs. And
why is Elton Jenkins just running around? He's running. He's running over there. Okay, Elton. High price guard. Gotcha. Oh, man. Rough. I got one thing to show you before we leave tonight.
This 50 guy is freaking awesome. I wish he was a Packer.
I also wish 30 was Packer.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's really good. Strong and shifty and just damn.
Oh, God, Runyon's terrible.
Yeah.
Just be aggressive and get on the guy. Like, what are you waiting? He plays guard like Jaire plays corner.
Why the hell is Josh Myers 10 yards downfield blocking absolutely nobody? What is happening?
He's blocking the corner number 20.
No, he wasn't blocking nobody, boy.
All right, zone defense. Nobody is going in motion with Christian Watson whatsoever.
Yep.
Right here. Just chuck Aaron Jones. What are we doing?
Yeah, there's nobody underneath that.
Just do it.
Throw
You'll
it.
catch it, and you'll get the first down. What are we doing?
Clean enough pocket. Pretty good pocket there. He's fading away again. Why is he?
Yeah,
he
well,
must
he's throwing a Musgrave, or I don't know what he's throwing, but this guy's covering him here.
I don't like these fadeaway throws. I don't like it.
I wasn't even anywhere near him,
No, terrible.
and he was covered the entire time. So that's what happened. Our quarterback's a dumbass. So
There's
let's
a
move
lot
on
of
to
things. A lot of things that happen, but yeah.
Okay, and then I just want to show the here's the kickoff or the field goal. This is no longer Josiah DeGuara. This is now Tucker Kraft. They took DeGuara out of the game after that extra point block. But the thing I wanted to show was, look at where he's lined up. And same thing here with Musgrave on this side. I don't quite understand why they're so far back and like practically right behind.
Well, they're
'Cause that's
clearly
given-
overloaded over there too. So how do you not? I
not only-
know they don't like to overshift stuff, but it's a simple numbers thing. Like you could
Well-
at this point take the other. You could shift it over a little bit here. You really could.
The other thing this does is, because you're so far back, you're giving there's a lane here and a lane to the inside and a lane to the outside. Where if he was up and out the edge and right next to this guy, right on his ass, they'd either run into each other and then have to go all the way around and then get in, right? But because he's so far back, there's actually a closer lane, or the distance difference between this guy. And by the way, is he lined up offsides? He's totally lined up offsides. This guy on the edge. Why is that not called? Look where the ball is. The ball's on the 12-yard line. This guy's hand is on the 12-yard line. That's a fucking penalty. But anyways,
I don't know.
that should have been a penalty.
Matt LaFleur called out Josiah DeGuara on that as well.
Well, this ain't Josiah DeGuara, but I'm just saying, look at how far off this is Tucker Kraft, because DeGuara's been replaced already by this point.
Oh,
But the thing I don't understand is, there's just a lot of space there. Doesn't make much sense to me. I mean, I'm not a genius. I'm just a regular guy. What the hell do I know? We're skipping past that. Okay, now we're in the next red zone. Actually, first, we got to play another awesome play. Luke Musgrave. Why we don't do that play every time, I do not know.
That's how you want to use them. Attack.
I mean, honest to God, like, just run that every fucking play. Run it every single play.
Just
because these safeties, if they're going to be split like that, and the linebackers are going to play up, try to stop the run,
you put pressure on the defense. That's what you want to do.
What are we doing?
And then you can run somebody underneath that. So if they do play back and they got it covered, you just dump it off underneath, and it's still your quarterback is looking in the same area. It's a simple read. It's so simple. Why make the game simple? But yeah, Luke Musgrave should be running up the seam almost every freaking play. Never in the flat, never on a screen. Run that dude. He's fast. Run him up the seam. Jesus. Not hard.
Dumb. Like, that should be the first play every single game. And actually, it should be a guy coming underneath, like you said. So if the linebacker does go deep with him, then you can get like a 10-yard pass. So what do we do on the next play? Of course, we run a screen pass to a wide receiver, which gets us some yards. We get 5 yards on the play. So now it's 2nd and 4. What happens on 2nd and 4?
2nd and 4. Let's run it. Oh, we're not going to run it. We're going to pass it.
Oh, that was first down yet. Just a replay. So now it's 2nd and 4. Let's see what happens. I'm pretty sure it's a run, and John Runyon gets his ass kicked.
Oh, boo.
And the time we were calling for Runyon to be benched last week for Sean Ryan. After watching this, I don't know why he's not benched a long time ago.
Oh boy.
I don't know what happened on that.
Man, there's so many plays where Josh Myers is just downfield, not blocking anyone. It's really weird.
Yeah, well, it's not that weird. It's what happens all a lot.
I mean,
watch Runyon Bunyan on this play. He starts off looking pretty good. He gets on his guy, and then that's the end of that. and nobody blocks 31, and it's the big Aaron Jones gets creamed, and nothing happens out of that play.
I mean, come on, Myers. Come on. Like, did anybody
do
else
you do?
watch Myers on the play? Just like you can't just throw a shot at a guy and then let him go off you. Just watch the center. Like, this is not a block. This is shit. Like, he does that and then he's done. And then he's standing around doing nothing. No.
Zach Tom didn't do anything either. He missed his guy.
I know, but that's what Myers
That
does.
was-
If Myers
bad.
touches anybody, that's what he does. A bunch of
Why
plays,
we-
he doesn't even touch anybody. It's just
Why are we not double teaming guys and walling off like the Steelers did?
I don't know.
We're trying to get these single blocks downfield and 1-on-1 blocks, and they can't do it.
It's crazy.
And we all know they can't do it. Here's third down. Like, the other thing I don't like about these guys is none of them are looking for the ball when they're running the route. Like, except we're down here, 31. Or is that Aaron Jones? I think it's Wilson. It looks like it's 31.
Oh, is that where? Yeah, he let him right into the.
Oh, you ran right into the guy.
Yeah, the peeled off there. Yeah.
This is man coverage. I don't know what this combination of routes does for anybody.
And if you're running a guy under like that, let's have another guy just trailing him.
Trailing him, yeah.
Yeah, right there, because then you're putting pressure on those guys in the middle. They have to pick.
This should be like Tucker Kraft is right now leading up to take these guys out of the play. He's supposed to be taking this guy out, but he doesn't.
Right.
And Jaden Reed could be coming right behind on an in route, so that if for some reason this guy does go with Musgrave, then there's nobody there to get Jaden Reed.
Right.
That would be a smarter move. Double crossers. And then with the running back in the flat, because there's two guys here, 50 knows I don't have to worry about it, and he's watching the ball. And that's why he stays behind, because he's watching the ball, and then he just stays behind to crush him. And when you look at what Jaden Reed was doing, he did nothing on that play. Like, there's no route combination. There's nothing he can do to get open.
Right.
He just kind of runs forward and then just stands there.
He did that whip turnaround route where he goes out and then is supposed to
this is
turn all the way around and come back in, but it takes too long.
It's Watson up here. I thought that was Tucker Kraft. Yeah, it's.
I mean, if you ran Reed and
if he just did a quick slant or a quick in, that would have been an easy completion. But they're making him do too much, and then he slips and falls. It's dumb.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm trying to be somewhat positive, but I don't understand. Like, the route combinations aren't there. And the ability to use your players isn't there. And understanding their strengths isn't there. And trying to do too many things. And here, this is their field goal here. Look at, it's still Tucker Kraft, not Josiah, but look at all this space. And nobody does anything to try to block it this time. Except for this guy almost gets in there on the other side. But I'm showing you how much space there is for a very important reason. Now we're going to watch the extra point block.
Damn, MC Shrimp says, I'm off in a minute, lads. Nearly 3 a.m. here. Well, you must be above across the sea. Well, MC Shrimp, thanks for checking us out. Appreciate it.
MC Shrimp, look at how far away Josiah DeGuara is compared to where Tucker Kraft was on this extra point. Tucker Kraft was probably a little bit closer. Look at all that space.
Woo.
Plus Josiah DeGuara just stands, like, he doesn't even come out of his break. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, I don't know what the hell that is.
Sadly, I think that's a player who knows the team has no plans for him, and he's probably out of here. His career's probably done after this.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem right. He doesn't seem like, no. He's just so far back. Like, look at how easy that is to get back there.
Yeah, it's way too easy. I mean, it was a bad play. Bad play.
But it's
100%.
the formation as well as the fact that he didn't get up out of his break. And I'll show you why. Look at this. This is the Steelers' extra points. Look at where their outside guys. Look at where their outside guys are. His head is right on the ass of the end. Washington's head is on the ass of the end. There's no break. There's no big gap. So even if...
So that's a Bisaccia thing then.
Well, it's a Bisaccia mixed with the fact that apparently the snap is read by everybody, because Daniel Whelan, when he gets the okay from Carson to snap it, then he looks, there's like a, he looks up and looks back, and like there's like a rhythm to it. And that's why the opposing team knows what the rhythm is and they can go on it. Because look how the ball's already in the guy's hand before our guys are even moving over here. Because they're not anticipating the snap. Where the Steelers were able to anticipate the snap based on the fact that, there's like a rhythm to what the Packers do on special teams. And so they don't even get anywhere near it. Actually, that's pretty close. 25 got close. But anyways, I just wanted to show that part of it is Josiah DeGuara was a lazy sack of shit. The other part was the fact that I think they're lined up like idiots. And I was watching something today just in the background while I was putting the video together. And they were showing a game from the 90s or the 60s or 90s or the 80s or something. And they showed an extra point or a field goal or something. And they were lined up like that. Like the Packers lined up really far apart like that. So Rich Bisaccia is coaching special teams the way he did back in the 90s, in the early 2000s. And the players nowadays are faster than what they used to be. And you have to change the way you're doing things. The Steelers lined up differently. I just showed you. There is no gap there. You have to go all the way around the outside. There's no easy. I don't understand why they're so far back on the edge. It doesn't help anything. It actually gives a closer range for the outside guy to go block the kick. And it leaves two gaps for somebody to get through if needed. It's dumb.
That's a good observation. I agree. I mean, the main principle and idea of all special teams blocking on the line is that you line up with split tights or tight splits. Woo, split tights. That would be something else. Something very different. Tight splits, and you don't allow anybody to get between any of the players. You force them to go around the outside. And the idea is they can't get there in time if they have to go all the way around the outside. So I don't know why they made such a big gap there. That is a gap, and it was a pressure point that could be exploited. And then Josiah DeGuara's effort was terrible on that play. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know all those things, but I do know something else. Let me say this. You got to show a cool Aaron Jones moment last week where he picked up Dontavian Wicks. I wanted to show a quick something, and I know it's the wrong colors, and I know it's the wrong team, and I get it. But the Bears played a terrible game, a terrible team, Carolina Panthers, on Thursday night last night. They won the game 16-13. Here they are. 3rd and 7, minute 26 to go in the fourth quarter. The Bears are seeing if they can convert a first down here and win the game. And I just want you, I don't care about the play. I just want you to watch after the play. Watch this. We'll just play it out. Check this out. Badgett, the guy who's better than Justin Fields. And look who's the first guy in there to pick up his guy who got the first down. It's Lucas Patrick, guys. It's Lucas Patrick.
Wish he was still a Packer.
Playing center for the Bears, even though they said, oh, well, when Jenkins comes back and this comes back, he didn't get to start the year. Remember, he was on the outs because we got better guys to come in once again on the outs. Yet Jenkins came back. Cody Whitehair was playing center. Now he's left guard. And Lucas Patrick is still center. And yes, he has an errant snap once in a while. But he's also the first guy to hustle down and celebrate with his teammates and pick them up after they get tackled because he's awesome.
Or because he wasn't blocking anybody on the play.
I think he's still blocking.
Oh.
He's just excited that they won a game. He's not used to not winning games. So anyway.
Well, he also knows that the win, though he probably won't be the Bears next year because he's on a 2-year contract. So his contract will be up after this year. Maybe the Packers will sign him back.
No, he's done after this year. It'll be the end of his career, unfortunately.
I don't know. I think the Packers sign him back. Right, Livs?
I don't think so. He'd be too old. The Packers don't like signing old offensive linemen, that's for sure. Last old offensive lineman they signed was either Tootie Robbins or Jeff Saturday, and neither of those worked out well.
Jeff Saturday was bad.
They're not going to do it, Ben. They're not going to do it. Go ahead. Continue on. What were you saying?
I don't know.
Jeff Saturday was a terrible signing. Remember the big deal about Jeff Saturday signing? And then it was like he only started.
He made the Pro Bowl that year.
But he only started like 6 or 7 games and he was benched.
I know, because he was terrible, but he made the Pro Bowl that year. Because fans are
And then-
dumb.
And then he also found out that Aaron Rodgers was a huge asshole, and he was like, I
He
don't
did
like
find out.
snapping to this guy. Give me Peyton Manning back. That's what he said. But anyway.
He might have been. And Peyton Manning was a jerk too, so there you go.
Well, yeah, but not like Rodgers.
All right, so what are the key takeaways from this game?
I don't know.
I
Key
think
takeaways. A lot of people are
should've
excited
won.
showing Jordan Love showing signs, Ben. How do you feel about his signs?
he played better.
Play better.
But-
Good.
There's a lot of inaccurate passes again. He still was like 50% completion percentage, and it wasn't all drops, everybody. It was also terrible, crappy-ass throws.
You're all hung up on these inaccurate passes. I don't think you got to be so worried about that.
Dude, you have a job to do. Throw the
All right.
ball to the guy.
Is that who you have your beef with? Let's hear it. Man, I got a beef to pick with you.
You want some beef or what?
Yo, what's your beef?
Come on, man. All right. So, Jordan Love's your beef guy this week. What do you got?
No. What
Who is it?
what's going on? My beef is Matt LaFleur.
Oh, Matt LaFleur gets the beef.
Stop deflecting the blame. Stop being a whiny bitch. Stop trying to change the answers into answering other questions and making the questioners look like they're dumb when they're not that dumb. It's because you don't want to answer the question. That's my beef.
That's a good beef. I'm down with it.
Understand, when somebody asks you, what do you do, Matt LaFleur, with Christian Watson, you answer the correct answer. Or the answer you had, obviously you don't know what the hell you're doing. I know Christian Watson can't catch the ball in the air when he's downfield. I know Christian Watson can't stop and start. What I do know is Christian Watson can run really fast. And that's what Matt LaFleur said. He can run really fast. He's got all the tools. He doesn't have all the tools. He doesn't. He has one tool. Runs fast. Doesn't have good hands. He's tall. He's tall and he can run fast. Crossing routes. Matt LaFleur. John Runyon sucks ass. Can we get him the hell out of there? It's time for some Sean Ryan. He'll at least lay his body on somebody and push him over a little bit. Can we do that, Matt LaFleur? Matt LaFleur, when somebody critiques Jordan Love, can we stop saying, well, he's got 10 other guys out there who got to do the right thing? Because you know what? There's a lot of crappy-ass passes out there, too. And a lot of dumb decisions. And Matt LaFleur, can we call some plays where the running backs don't just run and sit in the flat every fucking goddamn time? Can we do some Texas routes like we did against the Bears that turned into a freaking touchdown on 4th down? When was the last time we saw that play? We got the wide open. We got the middle of the field wide open. And here's our running back just sitting in the flat 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage waiting for the pass. And then when he catches it, like Aaron Jones does at the end of the game, he tries to make something happen. Everybody says he sucks and he's dumb because we had no time. What if we would have had Aaron Jones on a Texas route on that? And he would have caught it over the middle. And he would have ran for another 20 yards.
Worked too well against the Bears. We can't run that all the time, Ben.
We wouldn't have had to make 75 guys miss. He would have only had to make one guy miss. And that would have taken probably the same amount of time, but you would have been 20 yards downfield. That's my beef. My beef is Matt LaFleur. My beef is a guy who, at the start of the year, kept saying, that's my fault. That's my fault. That's my problem. I screwed up. And gradually over the course of the year, it's now become Aaron Jones did something wrong, and this guy did something wrong. And the only guy who can't do anything wrong, apparently, is Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love. Because Jordan Love he needs to have 10 guys to play better. I don't think so. I think he needs his coach to coach better. And he needs to understand what his guys can do. So that's my beef. Matt LaFleur, be a man. Take charge of the team. Call the right plays. And for God's sake, practice. Did you know that I just saw his press conference today? He said there was going to be no live practice this week.
Smart.
All I know is we missed 16 tackles on Sunday. And if I was the coach after my team missed 16 tackles on Sunday, I would be like, hey guys, we're gonna go live and fucking tackle. Because apparently you don't know how to. But apparently this week is gonna be 0 contact practices.
I'm sure that'll help.
Yeah.
Well done. Well
So
done.
that's my beefs, Matt LaFleur.
All right, let's move on to this one.
And now it's time for the Hafeman Bros silent but deadly player of the week.
I gave you some time to think about it. No, I didn't. Anyway, Ben, your silent but deadly player of the week, or should I do mine first? You want me to do mine?
First. I gotta think of mine. I don't know.
God dang it. It's TJ Slayton because I didn't realize he had 8 tackles in this game. TJ Slayton, he's in the middle. He gets double teamed almost every play, unlike Rashawn Gary, who only gets single block most of the time. But TJ Slayton actually makes tackles. He actually does stuff. He is a big man who people don't notice because they notice Kenny Clark flashing on one play, and then on the national broadcast, or not on the national, but on the Fox broadcast, they got to call, oh, Kenny Clark's so great. He made 1 penetration play.
Yep.
Oh, that Kenny Clark. TJ Slayton made 8 tackles, made a bunch of penetrations, got double teamed over and over again, and nobody seemed to notice. Nobody seemed to notice, but he is awesome. So TJ Slayton is my silent but deadly player of the week and a player to build around for the Green Bay Packers. Congratulations, TJ Slayton.
Whoa.
Who is your silent but deadly player?
My silent but deadly player of the week this week. Man, I can't think anybody is any good.
Give me a defensive.
You know what?
guy.
I'm gonna go Tucker Kraft. He actually had a catch. He actually had a catch this week, and he does pretty good when he's out there blocking lately. And I think he's got something going. And I'd like to see more of him. And I'm done with DeGuara after his effort on that extra point.
Ooh.
I used to stand up for the guy.
You did,
and I used to call Andy Herman a hater. And I can't stand up for him anymore. Listen, is there one thing about me that's honest is this. If I'm wrong, I will admit when I'm wrong. And DeGuara just doesn't have it.
You're the anti Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. I mean, I was wrong. On film, there's been games where he looks good, but I can't do it anymore. So I'm gonna go with Tucker Kraft. I think Tucker Kraft has some good blocks this game. He finally had a catch. I would like to see him be used more in the game. He's no Darnell Washington. If I could actually pick a silent but deadly, it'd be Darnell Washington for the Steelers because he was definitely good. So I'll go with Tucker Kraft. In reality, it was Darnell Washington he took Rashawn Gary out of the game. I mean, holy
all
shit.
I know is he handled the number 12 pick from 2020 and the number 13 pick from this year very well. And Preston Smith, who's gets $17 million a year, he blocked all those guys one-on-one a bunch of times very well. But Tucker Kraft, you get it this week.
Tucker Kraft, yeah. Rashawn Gary was drafted 2019.
2019? I thought it was 2020.
Yeah, because Jordan Love was 2020.
Oh, yeah, Jordan Love 2020. My bad. Thank you for the correction. All right, we got some comments here before we get to the last bit. Lee says, Lee. DeGuara, silent but deadly. Oh.
He was silent and deadly to the Packers.
Oh,
yes.
darn it. Says Slayton, nice. Didn't realize he had a game. Yeah, I know. I didn't either. I'll play Kenny easily. He did. He was TJ Slayton, 8 tackles. I'm going to look at, damn, the last couple games, he's got like 17 tackles. He's got like 9 tackles in one game. 8. When was the last time you found an interior guy who gets that many tackles in a couple of games? Exactly.
Every play.
Yeah, it's crazy. He is really flashing. He's a guy to build around 100%. And I'm sorry to say Gilbert Brown had nothing on him. I know he wears the same number, but TJ Slayton moves a lot better than Gilbert did.
How could you say that?
He did.
Gilbert had the Gilbert burger, remember?
I know he had his own burger, but TJ
3
Slayton,
layers of patty.
I know.
The Whopper
impressive
with cheese and cheese.
I know. Incredible, right? Incredible.
It was the biggest Whopper ever, Gilbert burger. I tried it once.
Right,
I couldn't even take a bite of it. My mouth was not
huge.
big enough to even get a bite on it.
You can't open your mouth big enough. All right. Last thing. You got to give me a play here. Oh, yeah. What's your play from this week, Ben?
Play is It was probably the Jaden Reed touchdown because that was third down. I wasn't expecting it was third and long, and I didn't think that would ever happen. And Jordan Love is like got good protection, and all of a sudden the ball gets thrown, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And I didn't remember seeing anybody lined up on that side of the field. You know, it was just like Musgrave over there. I was like, is that Musgrave down deep? What's going on here? And then all of a sudden there's Jaden Reed behind the defense, and I was like, holy smoky rokey. So that was the play, I would say.
I have to agree with you. I'm going to go with that one too, because Jaden Reed's one of the shortest receivers, and you throw it up to him and he comes down with a contested catch. Now he drops the easy ones or fumbles around with them, but the contested ones he seems to make. Maybe Jaden Reed is this era's Packers of James Jones. Let's hope he's that good.
That'd be something. He leads the team receiving right now, I think.
Didn't somebody before the season started say that Jaden Reed was going to be the biggest difference maker of these young pass catchers, Ben?
I don't know. I think Musgrave's doing pretty good.
Well,
Somebody said
okay.
Musgrave at the start of the season. Who's that guy?
All right. Well, we'll have to see how it ends up. Right now, the Packers are not looking that great at the only 3 wins. 3-6. Okay, we're not going to do a show Friday night because we have, unfortunately, another funeral to deal with. So that's where we're at as a family. So no show Friday night, everybody. So let's look forward real quick. Just a brief look forward to this weekend's game. Ben, gush on your guy Herbert. Are you thinking he's going to tear up the Valentine and Valentine duo and Jonathan Owens and everybody else, or what's going to happen?
Oh yeah, it's not even going to be close. You're going to watch.
Will the great Jaire come back for this game and then get lit up?
No chance. He's not coming back. He's not going to get lit up.
Is he going to sit out because he didn't want to get lit up? Is that what you think?
I wish I could go to this game so I could see him with my own eyes. Justin Herbert's ball, when he throws that sucker, it's like a laser beam.
It is crazy.
It's so beautiful. Then you watch Jordan Love's weak ass shit. It's pathetic. So just watch the film. You just watch the game this week. You're going to see some laser beams and then some wounded ducks on the other side. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Keenan
I'm excited.
20 catches again last week or something. Like, God.
Did he?
He
scored 38 points.
Yeah, he had a crap ton of catches again, and man, just crazy. Also, as a side note, Josh Allen is a dum-dum and kind of he's sinking the Bills right now.
Poor Rasul. Rasul thought he was getting traded to a better team, and it's kind of the same damn thing.
They still got a chance, but he just does some dumb stuff. Like,
but it's only because the Jets stink and the freaking Patriots are pathetic.
As we're working around the NFL, Ben, Aaron Rodgers, keeps talking. He's going to do something that no one has ever done. Now, because it's Aaron Rodgers,
smoke ayahuasca on the side of the line and then go and play.
He's going to injure his Achilles, and be back in the same season. Watch what I do, said Aaron Rodgers. I have my suspicions that this injury has been inflated. The severity of it has been inflated.
Oh, it looked pretty bad.
So Aaron Rodgers could, so the Jets could get under the 65% snaps and still hover enough that Aaron Rodgers come back and for the playoffs in late season. I don't know. That's just
maybe the Jets losing. They lost again to the Antonio Pierces.
Damn, what about the Raiders coming back? Raider Rick. Yeah. All you had to do is get rid of your garbage coach who sucked and nobody liked, and look at the team.
Well, they beat the Packers with that garbage coach.
Yeah, that's true, but nobody wanted.
We had Preston Smith on Devontae Adams, so you know.
Devontae Adams is happy now. He's got a guy that's inspiring and he likes to play for instead of a
Antonio Pierce is a pretty cool guy. I liked him when he was
I know he's a cool guy. Don't you think it'd be nice to have a cool guy as a coach that's inspiring and fires up your team?
Yeah.
Instead of what we got? I don't know, man. All right. Cycle back around. Here we go. Packers and the Chargers. Who wins, Ben?
Oh, Chargers. Easy.
God dang, it's in Lambeau Field, though, isn't it? Lambeau crowd's going to be booing again?
Yeah.
Damn it. Anybody got the Packers in this one? What's your score? 34?
My score 14? Is going to be 47.
47.
To 20.
Oh, okay. All right.
47-20. Chargers smack the shit out of the Pack.
Well, I was totally wrong last week. I said the Packers scored no touchdowns, and they got one right away.
Yeah, me too. I was totally wrong too.
But some other people in the chat were closer. I'm going to say this week it's Chargers 34, Packers 14, sadly. And the Lambeau Field crowd boos them once again. And Matt LaFleur gets even more defensive after the game. That's all I'm going to say.
Cries at halftime. Matt LaFleur's going to cry at halftime, get defensive after the game, blame everybody else except for him and Jordan Love.
David's got Chargers 27-17. Dang, nobody's picking the pack. Come on, Lee.
I think
Lee,
the Packers defense is going to expose itself.
They're going to expose themselves.
Yeah, just like Matt LaFleur said that Jason Wilde exposed himself when he talks about 2 down linemen and nickel defense.
Even Lee's got the Chargers 27-23. Damn.
Say it ain't
Packers
so,
can't win this.
Lee. You're a guy with the only hope left.
Obi Lee Kenobi, your only hope. All right. Well, be good, everybody. Take care of yourselves. We will not see you Friday night. We got family funeral number 2 in the last couple months, and appreciate y'all. Be good. Ben's also got his daughter doing a musical this weekend, so say good
She
luck to
starts
Liv.
tomorrow
and-
night already. Thursday,
I know
Friday,
you're not
Saturday,
supposed to say
Sunday.
good luck, right? Break a leg. I don't say that. Break a leg. That's weird to me. I just say do your best. DYB.
I don't know. Well, she's playing a basketball player, so hopefully she doesn't break her leg.
Oh, yeah. Don't give her that one then. All right.
She's playing basketball. They have a dance move.
Nice.
So they're doing a dance
With a basketball?
with a basketball.
That's hard. Nice.
Yeah. And
Okay.
she's in the front because she's one of the only kids that are in fine arts acting stuff that can actually has some physical talent to dribble the ball.
There you go.
The other kids are just faking it at the back. There's like her and like 3 other kids that are in the front that actually dribble. The other ones are just like, she's got to dribble between her legs and do all kinds of weird. Yeah. I don't know.
Jeez. All right. Cool.
So it's going to be fun.
All right. Well, everybody, hopefully the Packers surprise us and do better. And hopefully, I'm sure the show will be great. And we'll get through all our family stuff. And we'll catch you guys next week. All right. Be good, everybody. Take care.
Still happy, till I treat you, got to find